Today, we are delving into the extraordinary life of a multi-talented artist who has taken the music world by storm. From the streets of Miami to international fame, this is the incredible journey of Armando Christian Perez, better known as the one and only Pitbull. So, buckle up, because this biography is about to take you on an unforgettable ride through the extraordinary life of Mr. Worldwide himself. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. Armando Christian Perez was born on January 15, 1981, in Miami, Florida, to Cuban immigrant parents. While growing up, he was strongly encouraged by his family to take advantage of the privilege of living in America and the opportunities it came with. His family has a history of fighting against the Castro regime in Cuba. When he was 3, he could recite the works of Cuban national hero and poet José Martí in Spanish. He learned English by watching Sesame Street as a child. His father was largely absent from his childhood. His parents separated when he was young, and he was raised mostly by his mother, later stating, "My mom is my father and my mother." He briefly stayed with a foster family in Roswell, Georgia. His parents struggled with substance abuse. As a teenager, he was also involved with drug use and dealing, which eventually led to him getting kicked out of the family house. He attended South Miami Senior High School and Miami Coral Park High School. While growing up, he was influenced by the Miami-based genre of pop music and has cited Celia Cruz and Willie Chirino as sources of inspiration, in addition to rappers such as Nas, Jay-Z, and Snoop Dogg. He stated that Miami's melting pot characteristics exposed him to various cultures which influenced his artistry and himself as a person. It's a melting pot. You know, it's a melting pot. You get a chance to grow up around so many different, I've grown up in good neighborhoods, bad neighborhoods, worse neighborhoods. But growing up around so many cultures, it's always allowed me to think out of the box and try new sounds and try new things. You learn something new from every culture, just like I learned something new from every record. He said he chose his stage name of Pitbull because the dogs bite to lock. The dog is too stupid to lose. And they're outlawed in Dade County. They're basically everything that I am. It's been a constant fight. After meeting Lil Jon in Miami, Pitbull was featured on Lil Jon and the East Side Boys' album Kings of Crunk in 2002. Pitbull's song, Boy, was featured on the soundtrack to the film Too Fast, Too Furious the following year. In addition, Pitbull released several mixtapes, composed of freestyles and remixes of popular rap music. Pitbull also worked with Uncle Luke during his early career, being featured on Luke's 2001 album Something Nasty, including the single Lollipop, along with Lil Zane. Pitbull has had a relatively private love life. He has never been married, but he has had 3 children with 3 different women. His first child, Destiny Perez, was born in 2002 to ex-girlfriend Barbara Alba. His second child, Bryce Perez, was born in 2009 to ex-girlfriend Nair. And his third child, Malia Perez, was born in 2013 to ex-girlfriend Christina Milan. Pitbull has not publicly confirmed the identities of the mothers of his children, but he has said that he is a single father and that he is very proud of his children. In 2017, Pitbull told Billboard magazine that he believes in open relationships and that he is not opposed to the idea of getting married someday. However, he has also said that he is not in a hurry to settle down. "I'm not in a rush," he said. "I'm enjoying my life right now." Pitbull is currently single, and he has not been linked to anyone romantically in recent years. However, he has said that he is open to love and that he is not opposed to the idea of having more children. Only time will tell what the future holds for Pitbull's love life. But one thing is for sure, he is a loving father to his 3 children, and he is always open to the possibility of finding love. Pitbull is an American rapper, singer, songwriter, businessman and actor. He began his career in the early 2000s, recording reggaeton, Latin hip-hop, and crunk music under a multitude of labels. In 2004, he released his debut album MAMI under TVT Records and the executive production of Lil Jon. Pitbull later released his second album, El Mariel, in 2006 and his third, The Boat Lift, in 2007. His fourth album, Revolution, 2009, included his breakthrough hit single, I Know You Want Me, Calle Ocho, which peaked at number 2 on the US Billboard Hot 100 and number 4 on the UK Singles Chart. After rebranding himself as a pop artist, Pitbull's next English-language album, Planet Pit, 2011, featured his first US number 1 single, Give Me Everything, featuring Neo, Afrojack, and Nair. The single from his EP Meltdown, also included in a version of his album, Global Warming, titled Timber, featuring Kesha, hit number 1 in 18 countries, including the United States and the United Kingdom. The next single from the album, Feel This Moment, featuring Christina Aguilera, was a top 10 hit in the United States, Canada, Australia, and the United Kingdom. He performed the song, We Are One, Ol Ola, with Jennifer Lopez and Claudia Leite, which served as the official theme of the 2014 FIFA World Cup. Pitbull released his latest album Libertad 548 on September 27, 2019. The new album includes the R.I.A. Aladdin 9 times platinum hit single, No Lo Trates, featuring Daddy Yankee and Naughty Natasha. The album spawned R.I.A. Latin platinum single, Mi Querer Contigo, also featuring Neo, and was certified R.I.A. Latin platinum on January 28, 2021. Pitbull has sold over 25 million studio albums and over 100 million singles worldwide. He has over 15 billion views on YouTube as of May 2020. He was ranked by Billboard as the 45th top artist of the 2010s and the 24th top Latin artist of the 2010s. Pitbull's other ventures include brand ambassadorship and for various entities, activism and philanthropy in the Latino American community, a radio station, Pitbull's Globalization, on Sirius XM Radio and ownership of the Trackhouse Racing NASCAR team. As of May 2019, Pitbull has won 35 Billboard Latin Music Awards. Pitbull has appeared in a handful of film and television shows. His most notable roles include Despicable Me 2, 2013. Pitbull voiced the character of El Macho, a former supervillain who is trying to steal the moon. The Hangover Part 2, 2011. Pitbull made a cameo appearance as himself in the sequel to the hit comedy film. Men in Black 3, 2012. Pitbull appeared as himself in the third installment of the Men in Black film series. Blood Money, 2017. Pitbull starred in the crime drama film Blood Money, which he also produced. Empire, 2015. Pitbull guest starred in an episode of the musical drama series Empire. Pitbull collaborated with Indian singer-songwriter Guru Randhawa on the song, Slowly Slowly, released by T-Series on April 19, 2019. The song's music video received 38 million views on YouTube within 24 hours, becoming one of the world's all-time most viewed music videos in 24 hours. Pitbull's 11th studio album, Libertad 548, was released on September 27, 2019. The album included the Spanish hit single, No Lo Trates, featuring Daddy Yankee and Naughty Natasha, which is RIAA Latin certified 6 times platinum, 360,000 plus sales. Pitbull has won numerous awards and nominations throughout his career. Here is a list of some of his most notable awards. Grammy Award for Best Urban Dance Performance for Timber, 2014. Latin Grammy Award for Best Urban Song for Timber, 2014. American Music Award for Favorite Latin Artist, 2014. Billboard Music Award for Top Latin Artist, 2011. iHeartRadio Music Award for Best Latin Artist, 2012. Latin American Music Award for Artist of the Year, 2013. MTV Europe Music Award for Best Hip Hop R&B, 2014. MTV Video Music Award for Best Latin Video for Timber, 2014. Pitbull's awards and nominations are a testament to his success as a musician. He is one of the most successful Latin artists in the world, and his music has crossed over into the mainstream. He is a global ambassador for Latin music and culture, and he is an inspiration to many young people. Pitbull has been criticized for the way women are depicted in some of his music. For example, song lyrics such as, She Say She Won't, But I Bet She Will, and I Like That When You Fight Back, have attracted discussion about whether or not they could be contributing to the legitimization of rape. Campaign described him as an artist whose lyrics are routinely labeled sexist. Complex similarly noted that many view Pitbull as sexist. Pitbull's song, We Are One, Ol Ola, featuring Jennifer Lopez and Claudia Leite, which served as the official FIFA World Cup 2014 song, drew some controversy for not being a good enough representation of Brazil, which was the host country of the World Cup that year. Critics condemned the song's lyrical content for being filled with clichés about Brazilian culture, as well as for not containing enough lyrics in Portuguese. Others called it a bad, boring, replaceable pop song. In December 2019, Cuban music duo Gente de Zona were banned from performing at a New Year's Eve concert in Miami alongside Pitbull due to their support of the Cuban government. During the concert, Pitbull voiced his support for the duo amid the ban, stating that music is music, politics is politics. He received immediate backlash for the comments, including from fellow Cuban musicians, such as Albedo Rodriguez and Arturo Sandoval, and the Miami community. He later apologized, acknowledged he'd screwed up, and claimed he was not fully aware of the extent of Gente de Zona's controversial political stances. On January 15, 2021, it was announced that Pitbull became a co-owner of the NASCAR Cup Series team Trackhouse Racing. Determined to help the Latino community in his hometown, Pitbull's social impact focus for the last decade has been closing the poverty gap through educational initiatives. He helped start a tuition-free public charter for middle and high school called Sports Leadership and Management, SLAM, which opened in 2013 in Miami's Little Havana, the neighborhood where Pitbull grew up. SLAM now operates nationwide, including in Miami, Las Vegas, and Atlanta, with a 96% graduation rate. The school will be run by the nonprofit Mater Academy. In response to the destruction caused by Hurricane Maria, Pitbull announced he will use his private plane to bring cancer patients from Puerto Rico to the mainland United States.